Now, it's approaching a year since Nottingham University students Barney Webber, Grace O'Malley Kumar and school caretaker Ian Coates were killed in a knife attack. Their killer was found guilty of manslaughter only in January, but after the family campaigned, his sentence was described as unduly lenient and put under review. Well, today, Barney's mum, Emma, will be heading to the Royal Courts of Justice to attend the appeal over sentencing, and she joins me now. I know you're heading there straight after this. Nearly a year.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about today?
Trying to be measured.
OK.
Not overly optimistic. I think it's important to state that the unduly lenient sentence so it's just a review. It's almost like a technical legal review,
right,
of the case that was presented to Lord Justice Turner. So it's not an appeal. There's no new evidence. They can't challenge what we consider to be the sort of fairly weak prosecution case. So it's been brought about by the Attorney-General, by her office, and following a number of requests that went to her. It didn't actually come directly from the families.
Okay.
I think what we've been campaigning for is we were unhappy with the plea being accepted. We were unhappy with the quality of the investigation and the prosecution. But we're, of course, hopeful that today there is going to be some positive news.
Well, Emma, does it mean today that you're going to have to sit and listen to all of these absolutely horrific, harrowing details, or is that not going to happen? What's going to happen?
Yeah, no, that again, there are 3 High Court judges that will be there today. We were told who they were yesterday. It's being heard at 10:30 today. There's a document that was sent from the Attorney-General's office which details their outline of why they feel it was unduly lenient. And, of course, that does carry some very upsetting information, and I suspect that's going to be talked about in court. So, yeah, I'm going to the court. Whether I will be able to sit in the room when that's discussed and also sit and see the defence barrister again, and we understand that the murderer is going to be watching online. There's help or harm, and I'm not sure I can stay in the room, but I'm going to be. Then I will come in if we get the outcome today. That's not guaranteed that there'll be a decision today.
Right. So the battle sort of continues, and you've had to fight so hard.
Yeah.
You know, and really, I guess the only person in the world that knows how you feel is Sinead, you know, Grace's mother. And I know you two have got a real bond and you've really helped one another. Yeah. And your children as well have helped each other, because, you know, we mustn't forget the fact that, of course, it affects you, but your children, your family, their friends, this affects so many people, doesn't it?
Yeah, the fallout from this is enormous. The support that as a direct family members we get from victim support is wholly inadequate and actually verging on insulting. But it's the grandparents, it's the aunts, the uncles, the friends. You know, some of Barnaby's really good friends have really struggled with health issues, with their studies, because of this, because it's such. It hasn't gone away, and it's such high profile, and it's revisiting for everybody all the time, and it does feel, Lorraine, like everything's a fight.
You must be exhausted.
Yeah.
Honestly, you must be.
Yeah, it really is. And I don't want to be a pity pony, but it is beyond comprehension how the toll it's taking on everybody. And that I'm here today, and I'm grateful for your support to talk to me, you know, that we're going to the courts later. But my son Charlie's at home. He's 16. He's got his first GCSE this week. On the 10th. I'm so worried about him. He's also got the anniversary coming up of this horror, and then a GCSE the next day.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And he's 16. You know, it was my birthday on Saturday. David and my husband and Charlie went to Nottingham because the wonderful students there did a memorial hockey match to raise funds for Barney and Grace's foundation, and Charlie really wanted to go. I couldn't face it. Says help or harm. So I didn't go, but I was there on my birthday on my own. It's all
rubbish. Firsts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
You know, it is. It's absolutely. That's all you
could say more
about it. I know you could.
I can't.
No, I know you could, absolutely. What sort of help are you getting, though? I mean, do you get counselling? Do you get... What happens with that?
You do get some support from homicide victim support. which is funded by the Ministry of Justice, I believe. They call themselves a charity, but I think the funding comes from the MOJ. And we're allocated up to 12 sessions of support. And then after that, you are referred back into the NHS in the hope that you can...
We know the waiting list there, for goodness sake.
Yeah,
we know
exactly.
how hard that is.
And it's specialist stuff, right? So Charlie and Dave have both managed to find therapists that they've built a rapport and a trust with, and that can deal with this horror of this catastrophic life event that's happened to our family. But now we're told, well, no, because they may not be NHS registered and we don't fund that, and it's just...
So it's another fight.
I don't have the bandwidth.
No.
So later on today, we are... I call her a babysitter. She's not. She's our person allocated in the government. Laura Farris MP is the minister, ironically, for victims and safeguarding. We have a meeting with her today. And I do need to raise that as something else.
Absolutely.
Because Charlie's got his GCSEs. You know, we're trying to face all of this and the first anniversary of Barney being murdered. And it's a wilderness. It's a very... I can see why... relationships, businesses break down, why people break down and possibly lives are lost. I can see how it can happen.
No, absolutely. Of course you can. Of course you can. So the hope today is you get something.
Yes.
Something to hang on to.
Yeah, we've got to have hope, right? And
you do.
I think, so as the Attorney-General has said in the case that's gone forward, it's mainly to do with intent, that whilst Calla Kane is unwell, does have a diagnosed, recognised mental illness from 2019, there was no penal, i.e. punishment, given the hospital order. He's treated as a patient. As far as we understand, he continues to receive his benefits. He may be out within 10 years or 20 years. 98% are out within 20 years. And so do we have to campaign to make him the next Ian Brady? You know, do we have to have that often used phrase, life sentence? That I believe him right and wrong. He knew what he was doing, he knew it was wrong, and he did it anyway. He had a rucksack full of weapons. He had a knife sharpener he'd bought the month before. You know, he knew, he hid in the shadows. This is not someone in a crazy, psychotic, happened upon. He chose his victims. So there should be punishment for an element of what he's done.
Well, I think you're incredible, all of you, you know, for the fight that you've had, for the fight that you will continue to have, sadly. And I'm just so sorry. It's just horrific, absolutely horrific. It really is, Emma. Thank you for coming in. Please keep in touch with us. Let us know how you got on today.
You'll see probably later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazingly strong women. I don't know how you do it.
Thank you.
We contacted Nottingham Police, Leicestershire Police and the NHS. They all said they're engaging fully with the various investigations. They couldn't give further comments while they are ongoing. So make of that what